Hey guys, Chef Summer here, and I am sitting here with Lindsey from Poured with Love. And today we are bringing you all things love and champagne and wine. And we're going to talk about your favorite snacks with wine and all the good things about how to choose a wine for your loved one this Valentine's Day. So, Lindsey, I think you and I met at a networking, it was like a morning mind fuel here in San Diego, right?
Yeah, it was a networking
Yeah.
almost like 2 years ago, a year and a half ago.
Yeah, and I think Sarah Nosaux is who introduced us, and then we've kind of run into each other at different like other events for weddings and vendors and all that kind of stuff. Our paths have kind of crossed, and then um, you and your husband have worked with me before, providing amazing wine tastings for some of my favorite clients, which I love being able to provide that service for them because I know the basics of wine and I know basic tasting profiles. But when I'm cooking for a client, having somebody who's really knowledgeable about the pairings with the food and the wine that they're eating takes so much pressure off of me. I can focus on the food and let Danny shine, and I love it. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about Poured with Love and you and your husband's business?
Great. Well, yeah. So my husband and I have always wanted to own like some sort of pairing business, whether we looked at doing food carts, we looked at doing a fried chicken stand, which ironically, right before we thought about that, or right after actually, one opened up across the street from us. And there's so many fun ideas we had. But a few years back, maybe even 4 or 5 years back, we started to see these fun little wine and champagne carts on Pinterest that were in Europe. And we just absolutely loved them. And what we loved most is thinking about an event where you could actually curate and create your own wine pairing. Like for a wedding, we knew that by going to traditional hotels or venues, we'd have to be stuck with using their wines. And, with my husband being in wine sales, we really wanted to have like unique wines that fit our event, that fit our taste profiles. And so we kind of started to see that we knew that there was like a need in the industry to be able to for people were starting to do their own events, kind of do them their own way. That's how we did our wedding. Like we found a venue we could bring everything in. So I started to see it more and more. And then in true traditional style of my husband and I'm the one that's like, we got to do this now. And he's the one that takes a little bit more time and methodical. So a very good combination. But finally, about 2.5 years back, I told him, like, if we don't do it now, it's going to be everywhere in San Diego. So he agreed. We sourced a horse trailer. We loved the look of the horse trailer, the 1965 kind of cool look. We found one and we found someone awesome to rehab it. And we worked with them over a few months, about 2 summers ago, I believe. Time's like totally COVID time now. And we created the cart. And really the goal with it was to have this, wine and champagne cart that people could bring to their event, create and curate their own bar experience. If they wanted to use wine and champagne, we could help to come up with what's going to best fit with their menu for them. If they didn't, I mean, we've had people make it a margarita cart. We've had people make it a beer cart, right? You can kind of make it your own adventure, which we just were really excited to create in that way so that people could have events that were truly special to them and really felt like their own. So yeah, we've been in business now 2 years, which is really crazy to think about. I think it was about 2 years ago in May that we sourced the cart, and it's been a really fun adventure.
Oh my gosh, your guys' cart is so adorable. So definitely when we post this video, I'll share pictures and video of your guys' adorable cart. But yeah, to know that you guys, first of all, your company's name is Poured with Love, but then you poured your guys' own love into completely rehabbing this little horse cart and making it your guys' own and unique. And I really do think you guys have such a unique business um, personality. Like, yeah, you may find another cart that's selling alcohol out of the little cart, but there's something about the horse trailer that is so unique, and I love it. And I love that like experience of like coming in and people get your guests love to walk up to it and look at it, and you guys had it decked out with flowers and balloons. I mean, it's like a real showstopper at any wedding or event. So definitely kudos on that. I absolutely love it. So today we're talking about Valentine's Day. It's coming up in a few weeks. And I want to know, what is your idea of a perfect Valentine's date?
Yeah, I was thinking about this one. So, my husband and I traditionally don't love to go out for Valentine's Day because it's one of those holidays where it's really busy. Although, please support your local restaurants; they need you now more than ever.
Yeah.
But
But
one of
us industry folks, right? We're like, oh, it's too, no, we want to stay home. We want to get out.
totally. My ideal is just some sort of wine and food pairing. And what's like fun is my husband and I like to do like fun, unique wine pairings, like Riesling and Chinese food, or fried chicken and bubbles, because fried chicken goes really well with champagne. Danny, my husband, calls it champagne like the lazy pairing. It can go with anything. So I would say some sort of little pairing, definitely some beautiful flowers, and if we can squeeze in a tasting menu to kind of go with our little experience. I always love just creating fun experiences at home. So that's what I would say, creating just a fun little pairing that we're both excited about.
Yeah. Especially in, the year of COVID that we're in. I think, a lot of people are choosing to stay home this year and bring that experience home. But you can absolutely make it special. And I also am a huge fan of Riesling and like spicy Thai food, or like a nice dry Italian Pinot Grigio with Thai food. Oh, it's like the perfect. And chicken and champagne. I haven't done that since, it's been probably a couple years at a brunch, and it's so good. The salt and the fat and the crunch with the dry and the crisp and the bubbles. If you guys haven't done a champagne and fried chicken tasting, we need to like make that happen, right?
Totally.
Okay, so since we're talking Valentine's Day and wines, what would you say is a good budget for somebody who wants to buy a nice wine for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I mean, I would say anywhere from the $15 to $20 mark is great. You don't have to go out and blow a huge budget. In fact, oftentimes, Danny will tell you that the supermarkets, grocery stores, chains, they're overpriced. Really stick to your local wine shops. Those are going to be the place where they're going to really understand your taste profile, take the time to make great recommendations based off of the food pairing that you have. I think you can find a great, awesome wine in the 15 to $20 range. 100%. Don't be fooled by a price point. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a better wine. So really make sure you go somewhere where they know the wines, or do your research prior so that you can make the best decision.
Do you have any local wine spots that you would love to shout out, or wines in particular? Because we'd love to give them some kudos and support their business.
Heck yeah. So we love Vino Carta. That's over in Little Italy. Great little wine shop. They have a great crew there, super educated. For the like wine geeks of the world, they've got some fun, weird, geeky stuff. Village Vino is great over if you're in like the Kensington, Talmadge area. Vintage Wines is more in North County. Well, not really North County. I think it's off of Miramar Road. They're fabulous. They've been around for a while. Really, really fair price points. Would highly, highly suggest. And then there's, I believe it's, I'm missing the name, Mission Hills Wine Cellar, I believe, over in Mission Hills is
Yeah.
great as well. And those are
I
some of
always forget about them because they're kind of tucked away. And every time I go to those little shops, because there's a really good little gift shop next door too, where they have like really cute cards and wrapping paper. And I'll have to look at the name and shout out all these amazing businesses that are local that we're talking about. But yeah, I always just stop in next door to that Mission Hills wine shop, and they're really cute. But I've never done a wine tasting there, so I definitely have to actually open a bottle of wine when I go next
Yeah,
time.
like it's a great spot. And I know Danny would say, like, also on the budget wise for the wine, like, save your super expensive cellared wines, maybe for a night where you're just wine tasting. But for Valentine's Day, you're really going to be pairing it with food. So wine's not going to be the star of the show. So sticking with kind of that $15 to $20 budget is always key. And then one other hot tip he'll tell you, and I know this is really against what most people think, but wine does not pair well with chocolate. So unfortunately, so chocolate, you're going to need like some sort of sweeter wine. It will make the wine kind of dry, the red wine kind of dry. So just keep that in mind. You could probably do it, and might kill me for saying this, with champagne, because
Mhm.
champagne pairs really well with anything. So that might, if you've
Mm.
got like that chocolate dessert, maybe you finish off with some bubbles for dessert.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Oh, just save the chocolate for later. Save it at night, after dinner, after the wine. Enjoy the wine before, champagne with the food, and save the little chocolate for later.
Exactly.
So, since we're talking food and chocolate, I'm kind of naming our little talk snacks and chats. I don't know if we'll keep that name long term, or I don't know, it just kind of pops into my head. So that's what we're rolling with. And I kind of want to talk about some of our favorite snacks. So do you have a snack that you are loving right now? And it doesn't have to be necessarily food. It could be wine too. So what are you snacking on?
This is really embarrassing, but I will tell you my current snack. So I'm super obsessed with Boulder. I think they're called Boulder, Colorado potato chips because they're made with olive oil.
Ooh.
So yeah, super yummy. And then I'm totally pairing that with Majestic hummus. It's like a garlic dip. They're at the local farmers market. You can also buy them in Whole Foods. And you guys, the like jalapeno garlic dip with those
Mm.
potato chips is my number one snack right now. So totally going back to like childhood. For me, I can't do dairy, so it's like a good replacement for like a French onion dip or something like that.
Oh gosh, no, that sounds amazing. I'm such a salty snack lover too. And so like chips and salsa or like just jalapeno chips in general are my jam. So I'll definitely have to try that out and try those olive oil potato chips. Those sound amazing. Okay, so also part of our little snacks and chats is I wanted to create a recipe around our conversation today, thinking of wine and chocolates. And I know we kind of said that chocolate doesn't necessarily pair well with wine, but that doesn't mean you can't cook with the wine and alter it so that it tastes amazing with chocolate. So while we're chatting, I've already filmed the recipe prior to this, so I'll have it in there so you guys can see me make it. But what we did was a chocolate dome dessert, which I think is perfect for Valentine's Day, and it's so easy to make at home. So what you're going to do is you're going to order these silicone molds from Amazon, and I'll link them in the chat below. But you're just going to melt your favorite semi-sweet or milk chocolate and brush them in there, and I'll show you how to do it in this video. And the key to it is you want to brush the chocolate into the mold thin enough that it's going to melt because you want it to melt when it cracks open, but thick enough that it's going to come out of the mold. And I'll show you all of that in the video. But how we incorporated wine into this dessert is I actually bought a Pinot Noir. And girl, let me tell you, I overpaid for it. I didn't know what it tasted like. I totally bought it off the label. We've all done that before. You know, when you walk into a grocery store and they don't have like your go-to grocery store wine, I was like, okay, well, this one looks nice, not even spending the time to research it. Well, I got home and it was just way too sweet for me. I just didn't really enjoy it. And so why am I going to let this wine go to waste? So we made a red wine, which is a Pinot Noir, but you could use any wine that you either like and maybe you didn't finish the bottle, or maybe you buy a bottle and it's not really your jam. You're going to cook it down and put sugar in it. And I promise you it's going to taste amazing. So it doesn't even matter whether you like the wine or not. But we took about a cup of red wine and we cooked it down with about 3 or 4 tablespoons of sugar. I added some clove and some cinnamon, and we kind of cooked that down till it got nice and syrupy. And then we took our dome and we put it over a piece of pound cake that we cut out with little circles. So you don't have to do like this is like it's a perfect dessert for Valentine's Day because you can make it all in advance. You can get everything from the grocery store and put it together super quickly because the whole point of Valentine's Day is you want to be spending it with your boo, not in the kitchen, right? So we took a store-bought pound cake, cut it out into circles, added some fresh berries on top, topped it with the dome, and then we took the warm red wine syrup and poured it over until it melts. And I know I gave you one this morning before our call, so I don't know if you already did the red wine sauce, but I'm about to show you guys mine. So I did the red wine pour before we had this call, and it's already melted and looking hideous, but this is what it looks like once the dome has melted down over the pound cake, and we have some whipped cream and some berries and chocolate and the red wine sauce. Oh my gosh. I know you guys are looking at pictures of this right now from the one I made earlier, but cheers.
Cheers. So
Thank you
yummy.
so much for
Thank
being a part
you.
of the Snacks and Chats. And I'm going to take a bite and then I want to ask you how people can get in touch with you.
Yeah, so you can find us at Poured with Love, LUV. Unfortunately, the LOVE wasn't available on Instagram. That's our main spot. And then if you want to check out our website, Poured with Love, just LOVE.com is our website. And hop on, say hello. We'd love to be able to connect with you.
Yeah. And I know we're kind of starting to open back up and people are starting to get their vaccines and like wedding venues are booking out like crazy because everybody's ready to get back to events and celebrations. So are you booking for 2021 or 2022? So if
Yep.
people are having a wedding or a private dinner, and that's what's great about your cart too, is like as we kind of navigate going back to events, they're going to be smaller, more intimate. They're not going to be so big so quickly. And so you may still want to have like a small, intimate gathering at your house, as we start to open back up. And you guys are perfect for that. And you can basically pull up your cart anywhere and have a nice outdoor friendly bash with wine. Like it's just perfect.
Totally. Yeah, we are excited. We are booking for 2021, 2022, and we really can, yeah, do any style venue. We can do it in your home. We've had 40th birthday parties in a driveway. We've done, things up at venues. So the sky's the limit, and it's really great for an intimate wedding or event as well. So we're pumped.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Lindsay. I hope
Thank you
you
so
guys
much.
have a great Valentine's Day. I know you guys are going to be drinking some fabulous wines. Thank you for the champagne that you guys gave me. I can't wait to pop it open. I didn't pop it open today because it's 9:30 when we're recording this, and girls got to work. But actually, you know what? That's what I'll be having for Valentine's Day. So perfect. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks
Talk
so
to you
much.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.